AFTV Picks, the new exclusive free-to-play betting tool app for football fans everywhere. Every week, test your skills and knowledge against Robbie and the AFTV fans and stand to win prizes and cash. And wait for it, it's all free.
Hi and welcome to the pre-match build-up show. It's me, Cecil Jee, and I'm with James B. And you know what? I'm confident. I feel like we're going to win today. You
have too much energy.
All right, let me calm down. Hi everyone, welcome. It's very cold outside. We are here. You know how it goes. It's the pre-match build-up show.
I can't believe you Spanish.
But up next, obviously, is the starting 11, and then we have the watch-along. But today we're going to look at again Southampton. I feel like, again, I keep thinking it's like deja vu, just back here.
We've done 2 previews of Southampton. Yep. We've done a review. Yep. We've done a build-up show. This is another build-up show, and we're going to have to. I'm just kind of sick of Southampton. And also, the last time we played them was December in the league. So I'm just bored of them now.
I'm done. But I feel like we're going to win today. I mean,
you've been saying this.
I get these feelings. I don't know what it is. I get these feelings.
Yeah, you said it before Everton and we lost.
Did I?
Yeah.
I did.
We lost 2-1.
And then after that, I said, I'm never doing that again. But we're here again. Okay, right. Basically, today's lineup, guys, we're going to go through problems with the starting 11 when we played them in the Cup. We're going to start with that now. We have spoken about it a lot this week already, but we're going to revisit just for a quick, brief look at and see the other options that can be available. Southampton's press, I know James wants to look at that. That is very important today's game, and I don't know if they're ever going to go with the same style of play today or if they're going to change it up, but we'll see. And then how to beat the press, solutions to Tierney's injury. I'm slowly going this way. And then we're going to build you guys 11s, but wait for the call and then we'll bring them in. I'm going to go through comments, obviously. Keep your comments in. Give us your score predictions as well. I predict 2-0 Arsenal. We don't normally do score predictions. We always forget. 2-0 Arsenal from me.
1-1. I said it on a podcast, so I've got to be consistent.
Is that the Forever Arsenal podcast?
It was. Go check it out. Exclusively on AFTV.mobi, I say.
All right, cool. Let's start with, the problems with the starting 11. Now,
I think it's fair to say most people had a problem with it.
Yeah.
I know some people said, what else could Arteta do? I feel like a broken record, but do you know what? It's been a topic of debate. A lot of people saw Man United and Liverpool rotating, Tottenham rotated a bit, and people were saying, see, they did it. And the difference is that they have feasible targets in the league and in domestic competitions, and even in Europe. But the Europa League's not for another month. So I just felt that Arteta got it wrong, not just by rotating. Rotating's fine. Rotating happens. It's more the way he rotated. Now I want to highlight in yellow a few players. If I just bring them up here. So from the middle to the right, you've got Nketiah Willian, El Neni, Pepe, Bellerin. Now, I think it's fair to say that all 5 of them in the last month haven't really been on form.
Yeah.
I would like to say that Bellerin has had good moments. The Chelsea game was good. He's had some decent performances. But on the whole, he's not really been at his best. I think you can then, if I put them in another colour, you could then look at players like Gabriel, Cedric, Martinelli. Gabriel's not played any football for a good month.
Yep.
Cedric's not played at left back.
Yep.
Martinelli's hardly played any football. And then you're looking at a complete opposite problem, which I'll do in green. Why not?
Jeez.
Xhaka and Holding, who've played too much football. So when I look at that 11, I didn't feel, and you can look at every single player and make a case for every single one of them not playing this game. I felt that Arteta just didn't get the balance right in terms of understanding how to rotate and bring players in without disrupting the flow of what was working well. Now, I'm not going to say too much on this because we said it in our review show, I said it in my fan cam, we've been talking about this loads. But for anyone who missed it, wasn't there, people going, well, what else could he have done? What's Arteta meant to do? What you do is you play, if I just clear this, what you do is you play Pepe against Newcastle on the Monday night, and you play Saka. Right, and immediately you look a little bit more balanced down that side. Immediately you think, you know what, Saka in there's not too bad. Or you play El Neni in the Newcastle game, because let's face it, you should be able to beat Newcastle at home. But Southampton's a different kettle of fish, and you play Partey.
100%.
Suddenly that team looks far more equipped to deal with Southampton and what Southampton can do, because you've got Partey, who's very press resistant, Saka, who's been in terrific form. You bring in Willian and rest Smith Rowe, fine, I get that. You want to rest Tierney and play Cedric? Okay, not ideal, but I get that. But I just think he could have done little things in the Newcastle game, little things in this game, in the Southampton Cup defeat, that would have allowed for rotation, players getting a rest, but not overdoing it in terms of destroying the system or what we had in place.
Correct.
And that's why I wanted to mention that. I felt he got it wrong, and I felt it was worth mentioning that one more time.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we had discussions with the Don, and he was saying, oh, everyone's blaming Arteta, but you're right. He made way too many changes against a strong Premiership Southampton team. I think
who went full strength.
Right. Exactly.
Who went full strength.
Exactly.
Vestergaard's not there, fine. There's a few injuries, I accept that, but that's pretty much their best side. And I felt we were very naive.
Yeah, and many other Premier League teams didn't follow suit, and they just made 2 or 3 changes, which I think is what we should have done. But
by the way, it's okay to lose to Southampton. They're a good side. St Mary's is a difficult place to go.
Yep.
Liverpool lost there. City found it difficult. Southampton give teams. I'm not saying if we lose, I'm happy. I'm going, oh well. No, if we lose, that's disappointing. Why did we lose? We have better players. What happened? Of course, but I'm saying the odd defeat at Southampton can happen. And you can digest that, especially in a cup that we've won 4 times in the last 7 years. You know, all right, we don't win it this year, that's fine. But it's more the manner and the fact that we never gave it a chance. We had a section of the pitch, if I just draw it here, we had a section of the pitch that was just quite frankly out of form. So how we ever thought that we could cause them real problems? Walcott and Bertrand down the left had a complete field day. It was easy for them. Walker-Peters was finding it very easy against an unfit Martinelli and an out-position Cedric, and I just don't think Arteta really gave us as good a chance as he could have, with rotation included. Don't think he gave us as good a chance as he could have to come through.
That looks like a bean. They were the bad beans to me. They were terrible.
I'm with you.
Bad beans. All right, let's look at Southampton's press, James. Now, this was quite, not shocking. No, it was. To me, I was very surprised. When I watched the FA Cup game, I was like, they are coming out firing. Like yes, they had a full-strength team, which also I didn't expect either, actually. But they came out absolutely firing. I know you've got some graphics to show us, but they didn't give us a second to breathe.
For the 3rd time, for people who watched our review of the Cup game and our preview of this Premier League game, you're going to see this graphic. Forgive me, guys. If I go on without mentioning this, people who've not seen the other shows are going to say, what is this? What's going on? Right.
Cool.
Of our top 6 possession losers, if that's the word, of the 6 players who gave possession away the most, our back 4 were all in there. Cedric, Holding, Gabriel, Bellerin. We could not play out the back.
Rewind. Say it one more time. Just so they know.
One more time.
More time.
Like, just, if you've watched this, you've watched all the other shows, you're hearing this for the 4th time. Our back 4 lost possession. Loads. Yeah. I'm not going to say it in any more smarter way than that. They lost it loads. 4 of them in the top 6. And this was a real problem. And it wasn't just because they were playing badly. It's because Southampton pressed us really, really well. And I want to credit them for that. And in that, I want to look at their first goal. I'll just bring this up here. Right. So I'm going to play the goal through and then we'll sort of break it down. But this was it. El Neni loses possession. It's all a bit stupid. Armstrong flicks it into Ings. Goes to Ward-Prowse. Walker-Peters is on the overlap here. He puts it into the box and it sort of slightly deflects off Gabriel in off the post and in.
Now, can you just go back to the beginning? Don't play it. I'm just going to quickly touch on this because this is quite, so I don't know if people noticed this, but I saw obviously Bellerin and El Neni were arguing as the ball was in play after the throw-in. And one, to me, that just shouldn't happen anyway, that's poor. Secondly, I think it's Bellerin's fault. Xhaka was hiding behind this man. He was at one point in between the 2 players in Southampton, but he ended up creeping behind the player to not receive the ball, which I believe Southampton set a trap for them to basically isolate El Neni to receive the ball, then close him down. So
interesting.
Yeah, I know this is.
So you think they targeted El Neni as the weaker on the press?
Yeah, they forced it one way, which is what you learn when you're a footballer. You make sure you force the ball one way. I think they did that. They targeted El Neni and they closed him all at once, pressed him and got the ball off him to then cause the goal. Now, you may be thinking I'm just going crazy here, but if you watch it back, Xhaka is literally, he's being shadowed by the Southampton player and he's being masked basically, so he can't receive the ball. So the only place he could go was El Neni. Obviously, don't get me wrong, he didn't do too well on the ball, El Neni, but it all comes from the throw-in. It all comes from options when you're taking a throw.
But that's my issue, is that when Elneny got it, you were watching it thinking, he's going to lose it, he's going to lose it, he's going to lose it. And he should have gone to Holding, who in fairness dropped all the way to the goal line, I mean, or the, what you call that, back line, to receive the ball, and never got it. And I felt that Elneny just couldn't get the ball under control. He couldn't just settle himself and give it into him. So what you essentially had was this situation here. Now, I just want to break down a little bit, look at what Southampton did so well. Let's highlight them in yellow. This is Southampton's front four in a 4-4-2, right? So this idea that you have to press as a banker four and a front two is wrong, because Armstrong and Walcott, who are on the wrong wings, by the way, Walcott should be where Armstrong is and Armstrong should be at least where Walcott is. They swapped sides because what they were doing was chasing their nearest man, trying to hurry Arsenal into decisions and using their instinct to know who should press. Diallo went with him, so Elneny had two men on because they sensed an opportunity to squeeze Arsenal out the game here and force an error.
Agreed.
Ultimately they did. Adams is cutting that pass to Gabriel. Walcott and Ings are right there next to Xhaka. They've made it very, very difficult. What should Elneny do? I don't know. Give it to Holding earlier, put it out, something. But when you dwell on it, they're going to win it back. And Armstrong was very quick when he got the ball to release it straight into Ings and let the move go forward. Xhaka panicked and dropped all the way into defence, just trying to cover the space rather than counter-pressing and trying to go back and hurry them into decisions and try and force them off the ball. Yeah, go on.
So I was going to say, first, if some people are saying, we love the stats, I love the analysis and all that. And some people are saying, they don't know what we're talking about. But the thing is, I wish, because someone said here, sorry, Corey Campbell says, this is a low budget Monday Night Football, which is, do you know
exactly what it is.
Exactly. I was about to say, that's not an insult.
Absolutely nailed it.
Because if we had the rights to the video,
I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
If I could literally if I could show you the clip of from the throw-in, you guys would all see exactly what I'm talking about. I know James he's gone into it a bit more in depth, but if you actually could see, I could show you how Xhaka's hiding. I could show you why it went that way and how it led to the goal. But
and that's the thing, is that when we recreate these goals with our low-budget Monday Night Football theme, I can't get the movement of every player spot on, but what I'm trying to illustrate here is not so much the movement of the players in the box or how Southampton attacked or how we defended. It's not that. I'm trying to illustrate this bit, which is as accurate as I can get it, and it's their press and where their players were. And I'll just show it again. Elneny, he's trying to come inside, Armstrong wins it, and he flicks it straight into Ings. By this point, Ward-Prowse has made that run from under Willian, which was there, all the way across, and he's there to receive it. Walker-Peters is overlapping, and they're in. I want to ask you one more time, should Gabriel have done better?
No, James, stop this. Should Gabriel have done better? I think he should. Guys, I mean,
it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
If he sticks his leg out, hits the ball, it goes out for a corner, everyone's saying it's great defending.
Yeah, but it didn't. It went
I
in,
know,
it went
but
in our
come
net.
on, you can't give the guy. No.
I love Gabriel. I absolutely love Gabriel. I just wondered whether maybe looking at it again, that's not good, is it?
I'm not having it. And I heard people say Leno should have done better.
No, it's not Leno's
That's
fault.
outrageous.
No, it's not Leno's fault.
Outrageous. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Before we go on to how to beat the press, I'm going to take some comments. Now, Jack Gibbs, I see you, bro. I'm going to find the comments. He keeps popping up saying...
Big up Jack Gibbs.
Yeah, it's a really nice...
He's been in touch recently.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, doing a little bit of analysis, actually, showing me some of his stuff. Yeah.
Oh, mad. Big up Jack, then. He's been commenting throughout this video.
Big fan of this show.
Yeah, thank you, guys. And thank you for... Yeah, Jack Gibbs. Yes, Cecil and James. Love these vids. Thank you. Saka hat-trick, innocent. Nyamcha says, I'm going to have to be careful who I'm reading out. If you saw last week, you'll know why. Apollo Robs, Arsenal was so dead. Thanks, you're clearly not an Arsenal fan. Right, I was gonna get some. Now this is in the comments, and I keep laughing at the laptop because they're saying, if Willian starts today, what's your thoughts?
Willian might start today.
You're so calm.
Willian, look at you.
I think I will lose my. I don't know.
Willian might start today. Willian might start because Arteta's shown in the past that he clearly sees something in him. We have a left-back issue, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
So, Saka plays left back and Willian plays right wing, maybe.
I'm telling you, yeah. If Willian starts today, I have nothing against the man. I'm going to say it in a professional way. If Willian starts today, just during the watch along, enjoy the show. Yep, that's all I'm going to say. Right, so then we have Kangaroo says, big up Cecil. Sal Leo says, actually, this is really good. Really good. It helps me understand. Love you all, AFTV.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Thank you very much.
That's it. That's why we do this, because we want to really break it down. What's gone on the pitch? Why has it happened? What could have happened instead? And help people understand when they're criticising. Sometimes fans can be very quick to criticise and very quick to get on the players' backs, but sometimes it's not the players' fault, sometimes it's not the manager's fault.
Facts.
And we do this to try and just give you guys a bit of clarity with all
Facts,
that.
with all the understanding we have.
We're no experts. We just give all this, and it's presented as fact, but it's our opinion. It's our opinion on, well, I mean, showing the goal, that's not. We've shown how it was. But, a lot of the time it's just our opinion, what we think, and that's why we have a comment section so you guys can debate it with us.
Exactly that.
And ask us about it.
And we have all the software like the Premier League, as we are the BTEC Monday Night Football, but we actually have all the software that they have, so and the technology and information. So this is why we have
some good stuff.
Yeah, we do. Right, so quickly before I go on, James T says, nice hoodie to James. Big up.
I love this hoodie. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. This is my favourite hoodie. Wasn't I saying it before?
Earlier, yeah.
Literally a minute before stream, I was like, Cecil, I love this hoodie.
All right, there's a comment from Marcus Comfort. He says, there's a comment, not that one. He says, if Willian starts, Arteta should be sacked. But there's another one that says, there's another one that said, okay, get on with the stats. So we're going to get on with the stats. Oh. Gantz Wood said, show us more tactics. We're coming straight back at you. So, how do we beat the press? Now,
we got something each on this.
Yes, we do.
I'll go first. So basically, the reason I'm going to go first is because I'm going to show what Arsenal, I think, want to do and try to do, and actually do quite well under Arteta and have done over the last year. And that's playing out the back. Now, if there's one thing, actually two things that Arteta has worked on really well, it's that lower half of the starting 11. The goalkeeper, the back four. I mean, our goalkeepers, whether it's been Leno, Martinez, whoever, thanks to Iñaki, the goalkeeper coach at Arsenal, they've been superb. Back four has improved a lot. Not superb, but it's improved a lot. Some big displays at Wembley and stuff, so credit there. Now, with them, it's not just the defensive side, but it's also how we play out the back that he's worked on. And the funny thing is that we got caught against Southampton trying to play out the back, and we couldn't. We struggled. Holding had a very rusty game. Gabriel, you could see it was his first game back. It wasn't really working. Now, this is the position of the players when Arneni's got the ball. And I just want to offer some alternatives as how you can play out the back, or how I would expect Arsenal under Arteta to play out the back a little bit better. And I'll start with just this graphic here. So what I've done here, I've moved Holding further back and out to the right a little bit more. I felt he needed to give a better, more obvious channel to Arneni because Armstrong wasn't in front of him. If he was in front of him, then the ball's onto Xhaka, but he didn't. So I think Holding could have done a little bit more to come around and help him there. Gabriel, who was quite inside, let's just take it back one actually. If you just watch Gabriel's movement. So I want him to come out wide. I want him to be there so that Leno's the option, or if not, Xhaka's the option. The other thing that does is it forces Adams, who's there as a Southampton player, who's he marking? No one. The reason he was there before was because Gabriel, he was blocking the pass into Gabriel. By doing that, by stepping out wider and moving further back, he's creating an obvious lane to Leno or an obvious lane to Xhaka. Now, what I've seen is Cedric move out wide a little bit more as well. And let's move this along a little bit more. So if the ball goes into Holding, he can go out to Leno, but the chances are that he's going to be pressed by Adams, right? That's fair enough. That's probably a little bit risky. You wouldn't want to do that. But if we just take it back to Holding here, the other option, as I said, if he's dragged Adams, or at least attempted to drag Adams wide, we laughing at.
The comments carry on. Just carry on. It's not it is just just make me laugh.
Is to go into Xhaka there, and then Gabriel and Cedric can come inside.
Yes.
And the move goes there. I just felt they tried to suck us in, and we fell for the classic footballer's mentality of they're all there, I need to go help. But the space was elsewhere on the pitch for the team to try and spread it and try and just break out, or at least go long. Now that's something you want to talk about, going long.
I do. We're going to move it to now, but I just think it's basic, James. I don't think we should be conceding from a throw-in. I think that is literally like under 16s football. Like you're losing possession from a throw-in and they go on and score.
Yeah.
What's this?
I'm just playing it through all at once. I'm just trying to show that if you spread out more, then the other options that are closer naturally have a little bit more space, because you're asking Walcott, Adams, Ings to think differently.
Yeah.
And I felt we got a little bit sucked in, and we made the press a little bit easy for Southampton. I get it, you want to get close, you want to offer an option to your man, and to be honest, it never even gets to that part with holding. It never even gets there, because El Neni loses it before. But it's something we've been quite good at. People are probably I need to drop my pen. People are probably looking at this and going, James, is dreamland stuff. Obviously, we can all sit there, you know, in hindsight and go, we should have played like this, we should have passed it there. But Arsenal have done this very well under Arteta, and I don't think it's unreasonable of me to expect Arsenal to have dealt with that press a little bit better. But there's another way of dealing with the press, and that's going long, and that's something you really want to talk about.
Yeah, let's look at guys, if you guys tuned into the review show, or the preview show, I spoke about this before, so if you haven't seen it, then we're going to go into it now. And it's the touch map. I looked back at the Southampton game when we drew 1-1 in the league, and I'm quickly show it to you there in the box. We had 17 touches. Now, that kind of speaks for itself. That's poor in the box. It's completely poor, especially for our striker, who was at the time Eddie Nketiah, who then was a striker for us in the FA Cup match. So if you want to just quickly pan over to the FA Cup game as well. Here we go. So against Southampton, again in the FA Cup, we had Eddie Nketiah up top. I'm not just going to put it completely on him, but as a striker...
It's the service as well.
Exactly.
It's everything. It's the midfield dominant and all that, yeah.
It's not just Eddie, but as a striker, I expect you to have way more touches in the box. Here in the FA Cup game, he had 15 touches in the box. Again, that's very low.
Did he, or is it the team only had 15 touches in the box?
No, it's the team.
Yeah.
But then again...
But that comes from him being an outlet, right?
To hold up the ball,
and getting
the players getting beyond.
Yeah, forcing the Southampton team back. Right, exactly. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And just to back up the stat for me to sound like people thinking, blah, blah, so out, I'm going to show you I'm going to show you the difference. So if we go to the Newcastle game where I thought was flying, we won 3-0, 36 touches in the box. Now, it's almost more than double from when we played Southampton and we played them when we did 1-1. We had the 1-1 draw. So it just shows there's a massive improvement when we have different striking options, i.e. Lacazette. Now, I'm a big fan of Lacazette. I think he does the hard work. He does the he does the dirty work in holding up the ball, pinning players, bringing in other players into the game as well, and that's what I think we need today. No offence to Eddie, but it's been on record that I've said I just think right now it'd be best for him maybe to go on loan, get more experience in the game, and learn how to do both. I know he's a goal poacher, but the stats show he's not even taking that many touches within the box, and all the chances that he had in the other game were all slices and miss hits. So
well, a little bit on the spot here, but then let's do that a little bit. So I've brought in Lacazette here instead of Nketiah. Now, if we're recreating that situation a little bit here, I'm just sort of doing it a little bit off the top of my head, but it was something like this, right? And you've got them pressing you here. I can't believe I remember this. This is what happens when you watch a goal so many times. You start remembering exactly.
No, that is actually it.
How it was something like this, right? Now, are you telling me? Let's say the Southampton defence were there. They probably weren't. They're probably higher. Are you telling me that this back four, whose defensive line is here?
Yeah.
Are you telling me that they're going to be how further back if Lacazette's playing? Or not? Or do you think it's simply a case of Lacazette is able to hold the ball up and there's a more natural
Lacazette, he holds on to the ball and brings other players. He's better at pinning his defender. He probably will start a bit higher, but Eddie Nketiah is not known, in my opinion, what I've seen, to run. He is good at pressing, but he doesn't run in behind either. He doesn't create the space. He doesn't play on the shoulder, in my opinion, from what I've seen as well. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but Lacazette also doesn't do that, but he will, when the ball gets put into his feet, or if it gets to him, it sticks and it allows the pressure to be released off the centre-backs because the team can get up high up the field.
Yeah, I agree. If Lacazette's playing this game, now I'm not, this isn't me accusing Eddie, I don't know where Eddie was in this goal because I haven't watched it or looked for it, but what I would say is I think if it's Lacazette, let's do it in this blue here, I think if it's Lacazette, he's naturally going to be on that man there, waiting. I think waiting, pinning him, hoping to get it long, maybe win a foul, maybe just give the team a little bit of respite. I agree with you. I think a big part of what we struggled with against Southampton, apologies for a little bit of sort of double info from the review show as well, but I think one of the things we didn't do so well is have a natural sticking point in their penalty area, so they were allowed to play that a little bit further up. And if you saw, our best chances came from Nketiah getting in behind with the Pepe pass, or Martinelli getting in behind from the free kick. They were happy to try and squeeze us up the pitch because they didn't think we could deal with it. But the minute you've got a player who can deal with it and players who can run in behind, like Aubameyang, like Saka, like Smith Rowe, a 9 like Lacazette can hold it, that defence is getting that a little bit further back because they're genuinely worried. And remember our goal against West Brom, the way we just like tick-a-tack around the corner, Smith Rowe's in behind Saka. I don't think Southampton would want to afford us that space to do that if we have our better players who can function that sort of football.
100%.
Normally.
100%. And I think for the line to be deeper, it actually relies on our left wing player. So an Aubameyang or Martinelli, I know Aubameyang's not be available, but that's the fear when they're playing, is they can get in behind. And
so you think having a Martinelli there, who is literally on the shoulder waiting to go?
Yes, that is the key. Sound mad. This is the key to Arsenal's play, I promise you, because this is what they'll be fearing, so they have to be aware of this. But then if we have Lacazette in the middle here, holding up the ball, bringing the players in, it'll be off him, set back to the midfield, play him in. And I've seen Arsenal score hundreds of goals like that. It's normally Aubameyang coming off this line here and wrapping in the corner. So that is, I think, the best way for us to play. Hopefully we'll see it today.
We need to do something to deal with that Southampton press. Absolutely.
100%. Right. Moving on. Let me go to some comments because we've got some nice comments. There's some questions here that I'm going to hold off from answering. Zach. Funny name. Zach, Cecil and James, do you think Pepe will ever come good? I mean, we don't know. I can't look into the future.
I'm losing hope, but I think there's talent there. I do. I really think there's talent there. Yeah.
The real Gunnar Lee says Laka is better hold-up player than Oba, who is better than Balogun, who is better than Eddie at hold-up play. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'll get that in order, yeah.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Thomas James says, big up Cecil and James, so refreshing to have you. It's a super chat. Thank you, Thomas James, thank you.
Thank you.
So refreshing to have you boys on. Don Robbie, give these guys a raise.
You had to read that out, didn't you?
I love doing that. I love it when he's here and he does that.
He did it once with Robbie in the room.
He was not happy. So that's that. Right, let's move on to solutions to Tierney's injury. Now this one's from
this worries me, man.
This one's from me.
So for anyone who doesn't know, update from the club today was that Aubameyang's out, and actually let's just take a moment to say that we wish Aubameyang all the best. We don't know what's happening. That's not been made public, and to be honest, probably shouldn't be. Whatever's going on, obviously wish him all the best. We're with you, Aubameyang. Hope everything's okay. Whatever it is gets resolved, and back, wearing the Arsenal shirt and captaining the team soon. Anything you want to?
No, I echo what you just said there.
Yeah.
Listen, praying for the best. We don't know anything yet. We did really try and look for information. Voice gone a bit mad there, but I hope he does return soon.
Yeah.
And it's all sorted, whatever the issue is. And we need him.
He was finally his goal scoring touch, wasn't he? A goal against Newcastle in the cup, and then 2 more against them in the league. So it's a real shame. But let's
explain the Tierney injury. I think we were questioning about this. Tierney, is Tierney injured?
So Kieran Tierney's having a late fitness test. Tight muscle, tight calf, something like that. It's the calf. It's always the calf.
I know. I was just thinking that again.
Yeah, always. So what that means is you've got this big red mark here, and we have a problem that we need a solution to Tierney perhaps not playing. Now, should we just go straight into it in terms of what we think the best solution is, or should we? Because what I will say, do you know what? Let's long this out a little bit.
Let's do this properly.
So,
if you build your so we'll go through it. If Tierney doesn't play, guys, who do you put in that position?
This is one option, Maitland-Niles. You come straight in, you don't disrupt the front 4 or the midfield at all. Bring in Maitland-Niles, simple as that. You could do that. You could then do this. Cedric, who played left back against them, and then you bring in Bellerin at right back. That's another option.
Yeah.
You could also do, now this is a bit of a wild one, you could put Gabriel at left back.
Whoa.
Hear me out, he's left footed, he's fast, he doesn't need to do anything too crazy in terms of overlapping and stuff. He just needs to be comfortable on his left foot for playing out, getting up, giving it down the line, and just being vaguely sensible.
Saka. Everyone's screaming Saka left back.
That's the other thing you could do.
It's the one thing we
So now I'm going to bring Cedric back in, who apparently is there.
And I just want to I want to touch on this as well, guys. Both Southampton's fullbacks are out today. I don't know if it's been 100% confirmed, but it's about 90% confirmed. So I actually think for us to win this, it's going to be the wingers and the fullbacks that need to win us this game today.
Oh, absolutely. We've got to exploit that. So, okay, then you can do this. So Saka plays left back. I know. So if Saka plays left back, you've got a problem at right wing. Your options are Pepe or Willian. You can't play them both, thank God. Or even Nelson, to be fair. So you can look at one of those three to play as the right winger and Saka at left back. How do you feel about that? Saka's doing so well on the right. Would you do that?
It's a strong left side. It really is. But I haven't got the answer for this. I would want to see this.
But who plays on the right?
I would. Pepe.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately that's what I'd go for.
Yeah.
I think I would play Saka at left back. I'd say, look, just suck it up while... I mean, Saka will do. He's a
model professional, yeah.
But I think if you play Saka there, I think Pepe's got to start, and at least you got that left foot overlap. Something I mentioned in one of our shows, I think it was I can't remember which show it was, but it was when we failed to beat Palace. Because we had Tierney and Aubameyang. This is another option. Now, just entertain me for a second here.
People are saying Xhaka.
Xhaka at left back's not a bad shout.
That's what people are saying. Thank you for your comments. The person who said about Xhaka, played left back before, stick him in there. Joshua, thank you. Joshua Hibbert.
So, while I don't love this is another option. You play Maitland-Niles at left back.
Yep.
But you switch Saka and Martinelli. So Martinelli plays on the right, Saka plays on the left. Now, I must say, I don't love the idea of Martinelli on the right.
Yeah, because I don't
like that. He's played out there a few times and he's looked awkward. I don't think he's got that natural drop the shoulder and beat him. And he can do it, but he more does it with his skill and his unpredictability going right and left or whatever. I just think he'll be a little bit too uncomfortable out there, but you could do it. But what you do by having Maitland-Niles there and Saka on the left, or even Pepe, is when you're attacking and you're going forward and your attacking shape looks something like this, right? I don't know, maybe Jack is sitting, Louise holding, Cedric gets up the pitch. What you do is you have your natural width come from Saka and Cedric, and then you have Maitland-Niles playing as that sort of inverted wing back that we've seen Arteta do quite a few times before. So he's getting into these areas.
And then Saka's doing the
underlap. And Saka's the natural overlap for the cross.
That works better.
That works better because if you remember against Palace, we had no left-footed option when we got to the byline and got ourselves in good positions.
Terrible.
That looks mad. But you get what I'm trying to say here. If anything, it probably looks something like this, where Xhaka's dropping into the back three as he normally does, and Maitland-Niles is getting on beyond, and you've got something like this. People might think that's a bit ridiculous, but I've seen Arteta do this and worse. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. But it's all about balance. It's all about we use the wing so much in the way we attack that I think it's so important we get a natural left-footed option there. But as people rightly said, the best option I think is you just chuck Saka there and you bring in Pepe. Is that what you would do?
Yeah.
Would you play Pepe left back?
Yeah, only because then, for the start of the game, get a feel of it, see what happens, and then things could start changing about and maybe put Saka where he wants to play and start moving things around. But until then, I think if Tierney's not available, we're making this very clear, Tierney's doing a late fitness test.
Yeah.
It's unlikely he might be starting, and if this is the case, what do we do? This is probably the best option. I would maybe...
Would you play Pepe left back? He's fast, he's left-footed, skillful?
No, I can't rely on him. I've wanted to rely on him for doing the simple stuff and making crosses into the box and getting chances. Can't rely on him. People are going to... the agenda's going to come out again, but...
Got a good crossing on him. I wouldn't why not? We're 11th. We're 11th. We may as well, if there's ever a time to try something nuts like Pepe at left back, it's today.
What happens if he tries to take on two players in the defensive area.
He won't do that. He won't do that.
Jeez.
Maybe he could do that. I know that's mad, but why not?
I'm quite intrigued to see what the start.
By the way, a lot of players were wingers and were shoved at fullback and ended up doing a really good job.
Yeah, most players were, or centre midfielders that get put into fullback.
I mean, what I'm saying is, it wouldn't be completely. Ashley Young. Ashley Young was a winger who beat his man and delivered, and he just turned into a fullback.
Yeah, true.
Antonio Valencia.
Fair.
Some title-winning fullbacks there came from playing out on the wing. So, call me mad, but I wouldn't mind seeing that.
72
million pound backup left back. Why not?
All right, guys, it's time to take your comments. It's time to build 11s as well. This is now the time. Thank you for staying tuned. I see a lot of people saying Xhaka in that left back position.
Don't be afraid to tell us that you want to see Pepe at left back, because I do too.
AS
so don't
says,
worry.
"Stop it, James," with the rolled eyes emoji. Big up AS, yeah? We're going too far. And again, Mark Baccaridden, James seriously shooting in the dark.
I've got to shoot in the dark.
Yeah, we're getting desperate. Right, I'm just gonna do some super chats. I see people trying to catch me out here. Dirties Lag says, have either of you thought about bringing in the under 23s left back Barry? I'm not going to say his second name because I know what you're trying to do there. Nick.
Why are you reading them, man?
I know, no, because listen, they thank you for your super chats. We're thankful. I'm thankful, but I've just got to be careful now because I got caught out bad last week. Nick Gollett says 3-4-1-2.
All right. Yeah, 3. Okay.
3.
I get. Yeah.
He's gone with a Leno in goal. Gabriel. This is a super chat, by the way. So thank you, Nick. Leno in goal. Gabriel, Holding, Louise, Saka.
Saka left back, I imagine.
Yeah, left wing back. Cedric right wing back. Louise and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I know he's been trash.
Who's in midfield? Sorry.
I think I might have read that. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but then Partey, Xhaka.
Yeah.
He's used Saka twice, isn't he? Saka right wing.
Yeah, you can't do that. But okay, but
Am I reading up? No, sorry, sack me. I'm reading the wrong super chat. Too many are coming in. Sorry, right wing back with Cedric, then Partey, Xhaka in the midfield.
Yeah.
Emil Smith-Rowe in the 10.
Yeah.
Laka, Martinelli.
I mean,
he says 3 CBs give a numerical advantage over their 2 pressing strikers.
That is. Well, that's a solution we should have thought of.
Bro, how? Why? What? Alright, do you know what, Nick?
We did not think of that.
You cracked it. You cracked it. How did we not think of that? But do you know what? I think we're quite.
I feel so used to it.
Yeah, we've been focusing on what we've been playing recently. That's why the formation.
Stop coming with excuses. We should have thought of that.
Oh, mad. Big up, Nick. Good.
I mean, yeah, that is the most balanced solution I can think to it. Other than Pepe at left back, which is an amazing suggestion.
No, it's not. But Keo Sina says 3-4-3, Saka at left wing back. He doesn't actually give out anything else. All he says is Emil Smith-Rowe at right wing. That's the super.
Yeah, it's basically this.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the setup of how it was before a little bit more, but again, a very balanced setup.
That works. If they play tight in Emil Smith-Rowe and Martinelli as the technical players to put the ball through to Lacazette, yeah, no, I'm happy with that as well. Why don't? Is he going to change his formation though for South? I don't know. I think we've got a bit of a hater thing. Only Human, £2 super chat. Thank you very much. Sloppy analyst Potter. No trip to Hogsmeade for you.
I don't know what to say.
Thanks, Only Human. After all, big up DT. Bijou Tixira. I know you're a regular. Can never get your name right. Hey guys, interesting lineup so far. I want Leno. I want Leno. It's going to be the last one. Cedric, Holding, Louise, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
All right.
I know he's been trash, but then Partey, Xhaka, Saka. Right wing Saka, I think. Emil Smith-Rowe. Pepe on the left wing.
Interesting.
And then Laka up top.
This I like a lot. Hold on, let me just bring it up.
Oh no, 5 at the back, says Kevin Kelly. Yeah,
right. So just very quickly, because I know we've got to end now.
I know.
I like this because what you're doing is you're not compromising Saka on the right, and you're allowing Pepe to be that natural left-footed option out wide when Maitland-Niles comes inside. So that's a really good shout too. No Martinelli in that, I'm afraid, but yeah. Cool. Cheers, guys.
Well, thank you for staying tuned with us throughout this pre-match build-up show. We're now going to head over to the starting 11 and we're going to the watch-along. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again very soon.